We're going to Sumatra, the place where all the tragedy hit most. The tsunami and earthquake hit Sumatra pretty well, and over 7,000 are dead right now, and there's more being counted. Estimated 25,000 people dead. We're getting on a flight at 6 in the morning tomorrow, and we'll be heading there.
And so I just remember, like, in that moment, like, the decision we made to go, you know, it's like fully the journey of 1,000 miles. That's the first step, and we had so many things to go through.
Scott that night went out, and he has some connection with medical supplies. He got antibiotics, gauze, iodine, hydrogen peroxide.
Everyone at the orphanage was very, very supportive. Also concerned for us. They knew even more than we did how dangerous Aceh is.
We kind of formulated this plan. All right, well, just we got to stop in Jakarta. You know, obviously that's the main thing, and then we got to fly up to the northernmost part in Sumatra before we get to Banda Aceh, which was Medan, and we had to figure out another flight to get there. So we knew where we needed to go. We just didn't exactly know how we were going to do it.
So we got up at 4 this morning, and so we're heading over to Jakarta, where we'll have a long layover for about 14 hours actually in Jakarta, and then we're going to head to the island of Sumatra, city of Medan. Is that what it's called, Medan? So right now though, I'm going to go to sleep because I got eaten by mosquitoes all last night and got about 2 hours of sleep.
We were in Jakarta, and we end up right next to the UN building.
We went to the UN and hauling all of our gear with our tank tops and our sandals on and all of our gear through all the detectors, and went up there.
And so they radioed up and got this guy to come down. Turns out his name was Kevin O'Reilly. And Kevin just said, explain the situation, what he knew. And we said, well, what's the UN doing? What are you guys doing to get up there? Is there any way we can partner up with you guys? And he said, the UN is not involved in this at all. We will be, but right now we're not doing anything. Like, there's a lot of political things we've got to work through, and we don't have the clearance to go up there. He just said, be careful, make sure you don't go in without a letter, some sort of pass validating who you guys are, because there's fully 40,000 battle-hardened troops up there, and they've been on this direct order that no foreigners can be up there. So if they see you guys and you don't have someone to validate who you are, they're going to lock you up.
We were in Jakarta for quite a while. Then we flew to Medan, and Medan we had to stay in this airport that night because we got in at like 2 a.m. and Medan was packed in like cattle.
It was just crazy. I think a lot of people were probably trying to find their families. That's why all the flights are backed up. Everyone's trying to get there.
2 a.m. and we're here in Medan Airport. Actually, just I am. Everybody else went to get some supplies. We talked to the Air Force, Indonesian Air Force, and we're going to meet with them at 8 o'clock, and hopefully they'll bring us into the impact zone to help.
Early the next morning, we got up and went to the Air Force base, hired a taxi. They drove us in, and then we had to haul all of our stuff into the base. And we got there, and it was pretty exciting to see there's already a lot of supplies. There in the Medan Air Force Base was filled with bags of rice and food, and so that was really exciting to see. So we went in and we just explained to the Indonesian Air Force what we wanted to do, but they said, no, we can't let you on unless you have written authorization you're supposed to be there.
It turns out the Australians wouldn't let us on the plane unless we had a written letter, and we're needing to get that from the governor of this island. So here we are again.
They said, we need your name, we need your passport number, we need your birth date and home address, and we need just an explanation of what you guys are doing and your signature. That's it. So we just have blank pieces of paper. This is like our, serious form, to get in. Just draw the lines up, fill it out, boom, here it is. He looked at it, he doesn't even speak English, just looked at it and said, okay, great, gave a signature, and probably 10 minutes later we were headed out on the flight. It was just super fast. I remember They said go, and we're going out across the runway carrying all our stuff.
Scott got an interview.
I remembered a little bit of Indo.
Nice. I'm shaking a little.
I know, you got the shake.
Yeah. All right, boys.
We're doing it. Thank you, Lord.
We still don't have a letter.
200,000 Indonesia will sell our plane. Millions.